Hi, and welcome to Crafty Ladybugs. Today's tutorial is going to be on the crayon. To begin today's tutorial, we're going to start with our loom set in an offset configuration with the arrows pointing towards our body. You're going to be needing two shades of the same color. I am today using dark green, which I need 19 bands of, and light green, which you need 19 bands of. And then you'll be needing 3 bands of black. We're going to begin today's tutorial with a single band dangling over the back half of our center peg, and that is going to be what we use to tie our whole piece together. The next area I'm looming is to take 2 bands from the center down, 2 bands from the center down, and 2 more dark green. These are all dark green bands from the center down, or your dark shade. 2 bands going from the center to the second left. 2 bands coming down on the left side. And now I need to switch to my lighter green shade. So switch to your lighter color, which we're going to be doing 2 bands down the center, 2 bands down the center, 2 bands down the center, and 2 additional bands down the center. Now I want to take the green, light green, and do the same thing on the other side, the left side. 2, 2, 2, and 2. We're going to switch back to dark green, and this is going to be the bottom of our crayon. 2 bands in the center, 2 bands on the left, and then I'm going to finish it off with 2 bands coming across here at a diagonal. Now we need to start to place our cap bands. I'm going to take a single dark band and wrap it around the last left peg 4 times. 1, 2, 3, 4. I just want to relieve a little bit of tension on that cap band to kind of smooth things out a little bit. And all I'm doing is just taking my hook and running it around there slightly. That's going to make my life a little bit easier in the end. Now we need to place our diagonal bands to hold the piece together. With dark green, you want to wrap it around the next 2 pegs 2 times. 1 and 2. And these are our holding bands. We're going to switch to black being on this next set. And when we go to loop, I'm going to show you a different technique here when we loop these bands, but that's a black band twisted twice around that peg. Then we're going to switch to our light green. And we're just basically doing the horizontal bands straight up the loom. Another set of, sorry about my hands guys, it's hard to get the horizontal bands on there without your hands being in the way. I'm going to be doing a dark green, will be my next one. I need to pick up my loom just to make that loop around. It's easier for me when I have the loom lifted up. At the very top here, these last bands are going to get 2 black bands. And these black horizontal bands are what's going to kind of separate the paper area of the crayon from the crayon area. Might be able to see it better on the purple one. Those are going to be these bands here. Okay. And now we can begin to loop our project. Reach into your cap band, and we're going to grab the top 2 bands, and they are going to go off to the right. And I'm going to loop into the left side, and I'm going to loop forward 1, and I'm going to loop forward 2. You only want to go forward 2 pegs. We want to come back down to the right which is our center side, center column, loop forward 1, and loop forward 2. You'll see that one just slid right off there, and that's okay. Just slide that back on. Okay, now this is where it's going to be a little different for horizontal bands. Because I want the black to show through, reach in with your hook and just pull that black cap band, that horizontal band that we used, back over onto your crayon. Now we can begin looping, and we're going to loop straight forward all the way until we get to this other black band. So it's going to be straightforward looping. And I'm going to stop at the black band. Reach into the center column. And I'm going to come straight forward. And if I'm going too fast, just hit the pause button and catch up. So I've looped straight forward to my black set of bands. I'm just going to take my hook, grab the band, which is actually, it looks like 2 bands, but it was 1 band double twisted, and pull that back. I want to finish off my crayon by doing the diagonal over and looping straight forward and looping straight forward again. Grab your dangle band and place your finger in there. Pull out your dangle band and slip knot it right on the end. And we want to pull the project off the loom. And as always, I use the end of my hook. It just makes less finagling. Once you get through some of those, you can sort of rip it off, but I still prefer to use the bottom of my hook when I get to the cap band areas. And here we have, with a couple tugs and stretches, our mini crayon. Straighten up your dangle band. Be sure to tie it off, make it look like it's coming to a point. And in order to get that little teeny piece right here, all I did was take my crochet hook and I pierced through the back. And I just took 1 band and slid through, pierce through the back in a lower area, grab that same band and just pull it through. And that is going to be your mini crayon to go along with C for crayon. I hope you will subscribe and like my channel, and you'll come back and visit me soon. Thank you so much.